welcome back to Mom Likely. Today I wanted to have a little chat with you and just sit down and kind of recap the year, go over the 2025 goals, and just kind of see, not see, but just kind of show where my head's been at. So basically, the platform on social media and on YouTube, it feels like the energy here is changing. I keep seeing a lot of people talking about depth and people wanting to just kind of get back to like what YouTube used to be. And like, I totally get it, because when I first started YouTube, I envied YouTube for what it was when it popped off for me, which was 2010. And it was people sharing comedy and fun and like themselves and their interests. And it was, it became lucrative, but for what it was, and don't get me wrong, nothing stays the same. And I don't shame it for that, because I believe that moving forward is a blessing, right? So I love the how it's evolved, but it wasn't about the business structure on YouTube. And now everything here just feels like a business structure. It's all information. Now that we have AI, it's like, I don't know, it's just not what it was. You know what I'm saying? Everything is like, not everything, but there's so much fabrication. And the way that it is anyways, when you want to have an income in a community, like you have to have a strategic structure. And for me, it's been hard to get ahead with, I feel like, building a larger community and also having more financial gain, because there are things that I see that works that I'm still not willing to do just because of who I am. And it's stupid of me, right? From a personal financial aspect to not get the opportunities that I see in front of me. But it just goes against me morally, where, for instance, and this isn't to put me like above anybody or to tear anybody down or to put me on a high horse. It's just that, excuse me, I hate to feel like I'm in a season of my life where I'm not spending a lot of money. I'm not buying extra clothing, doing this, and this, and then I'm throwing it at you and telling you to do it. And even when I do share, I'm like, hey, this is a cheaper one. If you are in the work, like if you need a new one, get this one. But I'm not trying out new products constantly to get you to buy them. And I'm not encouraging you that, like, when we're talking and we're already talking about like how things are expensive, like food, and we're talking about our grocery hauls or like how we need access to things, I'm not telling you like, hey, screw your bills, buy this thing from me. And I don't say that in a horrible way, because I've been doing this a long time. So I understand the business side of things, but I also understand the consumption side of things. I know that as a whole, a lot of us are sick and tired and fed up of this over consumption of things. I just did my table setting for my Christmas decorating video. And I was like, wow, this could have been so much better had you have gotten like some more things. But honestly, it was my realistic Christmas tablescape. It was my first one. And in real life, when you do things for the first time, the majority of the time, you don't get it all right the first time, because it's a learning process. You get more efficient, you get more better, and you develop your keen eye over time through repetition, not the first time. And a lot of times, if you do, it's a lot of fabrication, because you've then there copied somebody else and put it into your thing. And there's levels to this, right? Because in a lot of fronts, there's literally only one way to do it. So you learn how to do it and you replicate it. But in the other way, like on the creative front, like you develop your own style in your own way. So that's one of the things I've gotten away from, is my own style in my own way. And although I've been about it, I'm really I'm really stubborn. I'm very much like, I hold a lot of high importance on my own self-autonomy. And I just, my greatest success in life is being able to not justify short-term satisfaction to tear down and destroy long-term gain. So I don't like to be bombarded and overridden by, stuff that's in front of me that's going to ultimately not be beneficial for me tomorrow, if that makes sense. So, Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I'm definitely still overweight. I definitely still struggle in that aspect. But as an example, I don't eat certain foods and I don't eat certain patterns of eating because I realize the detriment that it could have on my health in the future. I realize the detriment that it takes a toll on me, even in day to day. And even though I could say, like, oh, it's okay, I'm fine, I get through it, blah, 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 either way, it's creating things that we're not actually honing in, being in tune with. And I like to be a very in tune person. And sometimes that can come off as me being too much, just because like I'm kind of like stubborn in my way of thinking. But I also have a pretty good development in communication for perspective and being able to also see the other side. But in every situation, I will never put myself to the side where I also don't see me as being valid. So, tying that into, social media and YouTube as a platform, I've struggled to decide how I want to go about this year because I know in a way kind of what it's going to take for me to be successful here. And I also know what I'm not willing to budge on in terms of my like structure, my strategy. I know that I want to clean. I like cleaning. It's something that I did, and it's also something that popped off for me in terms of like monetary gain. Now, when I post certain videos, they don't do as well. A lot of you don't like to watch them as much, which is fine. But then also, YouTube doesn't share them with other people as much either because they just don't get as much engagement. And ultimately, it doesn't help YouTube as much. But it would help me with my community, right? With being able to talk to you. But that's here nor there. We can only do, what we can do. What else is going on? So I guess as a kid, right, one of the things that I always wanted to do, I had a really struggling childhood. I don't blame anybody. I'm definitely in a healed place of forgiveness. I might get upset, but that's how healing works because, things that happen to us, they don't go away. The lessons we learn from them, they don't go away. We learn to work with them. When pain and hurt happens, we accept them and we learn to live with the pain and the irritation in a new way. I'm an ex-smoker. That's the key thing that's troublesome to hear from people with addictions is that, it helps with this and this and this, or I can't get over it. The main thing that we always hear is like, I'm too stressed out to do it. But really, the stress in life never goes away. And that's how we have to handle all things in life is the stress in life never goes away. We learn to cope with it. And that is the mechanism. And it's only, I think, through consumerism and money, right? I think it's through the modern convenience of the world creating ways to monetize us that we deem convenience as peace. So, what types of pain and struggle can you take away from me? What can I give you for this so you can take this away from me, right? So, it's like here's these vices, here's these drugs, this alcohol, these cigarettes, these things, these distractions, right? To fill your brain, to help you feel like your nervous system is getting something out of life when really all you have is your existence. You have how you are right here and now, right? It's not to be like all starry and, spiritual, but that's what we have. And I think the world is what puts on us things that we feel like we should need. And so the stresses never go away. And we learn to deal with them and cope with them. So yeah. So with all that being said, growing up, I have full forgiveness on the way that I grew up because I also understand other people had a life in my life as well. And my life is my own. And that is my greatest personal accomplishment is that my life is my own. And growing up, my personal autonomy was very important to me. I get choked up about it because I was highly judged for my family. I was left out because of my family. Not by them personally, but society outcasted me because of how my family was. There was like a lot of shame around things. and also a lot of misbelief on who everybody thought I was going to be because of my family. And there was so many times where I was just like, gosh, can somebody just like see me for who I am and not like the person that has all these problems that are like out of my control. Holy crap. I was really not expecting to cry right now. But I thought it was an important story to share because it's important for growth and moving forward. So my personal autonomy was very important to me because I just always felt like I was weighed down by bricks, right? I didn't have control over how people were seeing me or like what I had access to, what I could do, and how I was just a small child, just dependent on people to do things for me and just being let down. And this isn't to like shame my family or anything or like bash them because I still love them. They don't hurt me now, right? They had their own battles. But I just wished I could be that person at that time when you're vulnerable and as a child you're alone. And so I told myself, this doesn't have to be you. And you're a kid. And this is crazy because I had to coach myself as a kid, right? But I did. And that's why I'm so like stubborn about my values now and my beliefs, because that's what pulled me through the storm. You have a hard time changing what really gets you through. So, all I wanted to be able to do, right, was be able to be in charge of my own decisions, take charge on the things I wanted to do. I wanted the freedom to be able to focus on the things that I knew were good for me. I wasn't trying to run away from my life. I just couldn't wait to find it. Holy shit. Oh my God, this is so sad. So I just couldn't really wait to find my life, right? I just felt like I was just never going to get to a place where I was like home, comfortable, valued, all those things. And so as I grew up, I just was horrible. Whew. Oh my God. I can't lie and say that didn't feel good to get that off my chest. But so personal autonomy was something that I just really was after. And so that's kind of why I am how I am now. And that's why with my channel, I am kind of like refusing to give up on some things, even though I know they're kind of for the betterment of my channel. It just kind of goes against what I know is important to me. And that's why I can't do it. That's why I don't have an OnlyFans. That's why I freaking do what I do. And that's why I'm like, So yes, personally, I feel like I understand how everything's working and everybody's getting ahead and doing what they got to do. But that's also why I feel like it's important to take a step back when you are seeing things that are probably not good for you or, penetrating your soul at a negative level. I definitely needed a minute to gather my thoughts because I don't even know if I'm making any type of sense. But the point of what I'm trying to make is like, I have this issue with my eyes that's out of my control and it's sad. And so like I felt like I was getting the short end of the stick once again. Like, how is it that people with all the choice in the world just get to not care? And then here I am, I had to like what feels like finally get that breakthrough in life where you get to grow up. And then I feel like I'm just getting slapped in the face because it's like, ooh, look at you trying. And then more things out of your control. But it's not just me. And so that's great. It sucks for us, right? But I know it's not just me. And like, we're not alone in the fact of like, just crappy things are happening around us and to us that's out of our control, and we still have to carry on, you know? Um, and so I don't know where my future is headed. I'm still going to be doing cleaning videos. I would like to start my cleaning business back up though, because I feel like when I quit work and did my channel, I really thought it was going to like maybe take off more and be like more of a monetary gain. And I'm not mad that it didn't. Like I said, I've just been doing the same thing for so long, so I'm not upset or anything. But now I'm kind of like, I haven't had any like crazy further progression with my vision. And I'm like, maybe I am kind of rolling over in life. Maybe I feel like I'm just kind of letting life lay me down by not going out there to keep my cleaning business going that I started, because I was having a fantastic time. Everything was right up my alley. It was all the skills I know I've honed in on over the last few years. As well as it would present challenges I feel like that I need to still grow. And I was like, you should do it. You should do it while you have the chance, because you got the opportunity and the time. So I think that's where 2025 is going. I'm going to start back up my small local cleaning business. Not let this condition weigh me down, not let fear continue to get in my way where I need to be small, because I'm not. And just continue to share how I'm sharing on here. And it's okay if my channel never reaches 100,000. I was hoping to get my silver play button, but it's fine if it doesn't, because it doesn't have to measure my actual success here. And I still want to work on, doing some pantry stuff. I'm definitely still going to be doing over my wardrobe once I hit my goal weight. I just don't want to have to sell you guys a bunch of stuff and work with a lot of brands unnecessarily, because like I said, if you didn't know, like my husband is the provider of the house, and so I'm not financially dependent on YouTube where I have to, work with these brands that I don't actually believe in. But the other side of that too is that like we're not necessarily like my husband doesn't work within my YouTube as a business. He has like an actual good financial stable job like outside behind the scenes. And so I can't let other people's circumstances, put me on like a comparative scale. You know what I'm saying? Because like our lives are different. Like we're gonna have rental properties. I'm gonna be starting up my side business again. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really know where this is going. I just wanted to sit down and talk with you guys. I feel like there was so much on my mind. I just got a lot of word vomit, and then I got emotional, and I don't know if it was even going to be good for anybody to hear. Maybe this did more bad than good, but I just wanted to bring to you just kind of where my headspace is, and just hope for us all this year to just not be bombarded by social media and platforms and what other people are doing to where we feel less than. That's always my hope for us. But not just more so because I'm tearing down other people and I'm knocking what they've been able to do and the success that they've been able to reach. Because let's not forget that we have to see that perspective as well. But also because we got to get more stable in ourselves on the things that we want to wear. These smaller things like luxury living and like all this other crap isn't at the forefront of our brain, because those aren't actually things that are like important in the real world, like, I mean, that's probably something that a person without millions of dollars would say as well. But you could still argue, what they say, that a person with $1 million and no life is less valuable than a life without $1 million. But that's also not to say like, hey, you can't have those conflicting thoughts in your brain where it's like, I don't want to work and I want $1 million. Like, you also got to remember that like you still got to work a lot for that life if you don't want to work, and you also still have to work a lot for that life if you want a lot of money. Excuse me. And I know that ties up a lot of us right now because of the state of the economy and just like inflation and all that jazz. And it definitely has for me. Like, I've been scared into, oh, hey, don't do anything because like it's gonna get worse, or prepare. And like, I kind of did do that. You know, when I started the food storage, I felt a little bit scared. Like, I got scared over my vision. Even though I felt like I was being proactive, I feel like it came from fear. Um, I feel like quitting my cleaning business came from fear. And I'm over it. I'm over it. I want to walk in faith in what I can do, because I've been like, I still have time, and I feel like I've been giving opportunities to where like I want to do them. It doesn't matter what, just like anything, it doesn't matter what becomes of it, because you have to take it day by day. And you can't be mad if it doesn't go from 0 to 100 very quickly, because it's still a process. And like, we can never forget that things are a process, and we have to get more patient this year, for those of us that struggle with that, to where when we do a little bit, we have to realize that it stacks up. And so that is why I started my workout this year. um, if you're not following, I'm so cold in here, I don't know what's going on. We need a new thermostat. But I'm freezing right now. um, but so anyways, that's why I started my workout, and I work out every single day for the last few weeks. I'm on week 5. Let me see here. If I go back in my calendar, November 18th is when I started, and I've worked out every day except 4 days since then. So I actually start week 6 tomorrow. I've lost 5 pounds. I've lost 3 inches off my waist, and I think 2.5 inches off like my muffin top to belly button. I've lost, I think, 2 inches off of like where my belt would sit. And I've lost 1.5 inches off of my bra strap. So what seems like really small, even for the time, because we're so used to quick, we're so used to instant gratification, we're so used to like, I want it right now, and we're just so used to convenience that we've just forgotten to be patient. And just so much giving into our short-term satisfaction obliterates our future and long-term gains on every aspect of our life, both with the stability and loyalty of our relationships, the stability of our finances, our health gains and stability, our mental stability. Everything takes time, and slow progression is so much better than 0 to 100, because it actually gives your body, your brain, your spirit time to adjust. And so this year, I'm hoping for us all, not just for myself, that we give ourselves more patience. And it's not patience in grace, and it's not patience in anything where it's like jibber jabber, right? We're not talking patience like, oh, let's be patient, time is a virtue. It's actual getting into that space in our soul and saying like, hey, a little bit is okay. If I did this thing for 5 minutes, it's okay. If I only got a little bite of the food I love, it's okay. Just being okay with a little bit. Like, we are so hung up because we have so many conveniences and we have so much access that it's like we just forget to just be humble. Like, we just forget to just like allow, if that makes sense, you know, like everything, it just is like so easy that like we never settle in. You remember, like, I don't know what the heck the case is, but like I remember hearing stories, and like I know there's tons of biblical scriptures where it's like they had to go from this end to the next end, or like there were times in Mesopotamian times where like they had to like barter and trade like things that they loved and whatever for other things that they needed. And it's like we just got to remember to be more patient. Consumerism as a whole, not just on YouTube and our socials, just consumerism as a whole just has taken over our brain and is constantly spoon feeding us the fact that conveniences and quick fixes and things that happen faster are the way to go and they're better. And like, they're really not. They're really, really not. And you know, financially, obviously I have the, you know, I have the fortune that my husband provides for me and allows me to live a comfortable lifestyle to where, you know, me not making a lot of money doesn't disrupt what our children are able to do, or like us being able to pay the bills. So I definitely like appreciate that front. So there's a disconnect maybe where I can't deem it as fast for me to make money fast because obviously my needs are met. So I'm not depleted in that way, but I still don't honor money in being a luxury thing to obtain. I value money in being a tool because I don't value money because I want a mansion with a pool and I want to go on expensive trips and I want expensive things. I'm valuing money because it affords us our life to be comfortable and to not have to worry about certain things, and so that we can be steadfast and stable in the things that we want to do, and that um we can just have access to the things that we want. But I don't want to be frivolous in having money. Also, eventually, there will come a day from being patient that my husband won't have to work. And that will afford us the time to be together more, where he can bask in things that he wants to do. Um, and if God willing, I'll still have my vision and I won't be a burden to anybody. And we can enjoy more of that time together too. And in that regard, I will be so willing to live in a cabin and get time with my husband, and we can sit on money and it won't have anything to do with actually having money to spend. And so that's kind of where I'm at with like, I don't want to continue to have my platform growing and being a success monetarily wise on the backs of bombarding other people from other financial goals. And I'm not saying it's bad. Like, maybe you spend your money on that and that's fine. Like, everybody has their own personal budget. It's not that you're being frivolous if you buy those things, if you have a luxury lifestyle, because maybe you make more money. And I understand that everybody's different. So I don't ever tear down my couples, my girlies, my men who are doing that. Because I understand that either way, there's a strategy or there's a sacrifice that was made to obtain your lifestyle. Sometimes, though, it's done off of credit and it's done in a negative monetary way. And so that's just what I don't hope for you guys for this year. And I don't hope for me. I want us to have patience. I want us to be okay with being humble and okay with what we do have to get ahead. And also holding true to yourself, that if you have a goal and the people and the things around you are telling you that that goal is stupid or it's unattainable or it's going to take too long, you stick with it. You stick with it and you be patient and you do it a little bite at a time and a little bite at a time. And for instance, maybe your freaking house gets a mess because all you can focus on is the fact that you're going to lose some weight this year. You get your health under control and you're still around for your family and you can pick up on that routine later. That's what's important to me, understanding those kind of things. If something's happening where everybody around you, your community around you is bombarding you and hating you and pulling you away from your spouse, you understand that you need to bring it back home because your spouse is who you're going to have when nobody's left in your corner. You build up on the friendships that are wholehearted and people that have your best interests at heart and that won't steer you in the wrong direction. And it's okay if everybody else around talks about you, doesn't like you, and thinks you have a big head or no direction. But you have to remember that it's all a personal thing because we're all going to the grave alone. Okay? I know that was a lot. I know it was everywhere. I literally said so much and said nothing at the same time. But I just wanted to go over and recap like the year and talk about that. Like, I'm happy of everything we've been able to do this year. But moving forward this year, we are going to try to obtain a home. Another home, obviously, for side income, not to live. I actually kind of want to move. I kind of want to get rid of this house. It's actually a lot of expenses that I would say it's okay, but I do feel bad at the same time. Like, I'm like, crap, maybe we shouldn't have did this. Like, we shouldn't have moved, Everybody's doing great though. The kids are doing great in school. The dogs are doing well. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with my car yet. I was turning it in because my lease is getting ready to expire, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and continue to drive because I think I'm okay, honestly. like I have my times, my certain things that are crappy, like nighttime, but in the daytime, like I'm good. Um, what else otherwise? I kind of want to cut my hair. I really love my hair when it's long and I like it and I think it's really pretty. I know someone said that in the comments. Thank you. But I kind of want to go short and have like a shorter, playful hair so I can just do my hair more. I'm in a headspace now where, I'm taking care of myself good, I'm feeling good, and I'm making time for me. My kids are older and stuff. So, like, I kind of want that more. Let me get ready every day. I remember wanting that so bad when the kids were little and I just could barely shower. And I couldn't wait till they were older and they could, like, be off doing their own thing and leave me alone. So I could, like, get ready and take my shower however long it needed. And like I'm in that time of life, but like I still choose not to do my makeup every day. And like my husband doesn't mind because I typically don't wear makeup. Like I probably do my makeup probably like once a week. Um Unless we're going out or there's a holiday or something, I typically go barefaced. I might wear mascara sometimes, but typically I don't even wear that. But I want to just appreciate where I am right now and appreciate my youth because like the younger we are too, it's just like we just always feel like this is always going to go on like this. We have all the time in the world. And although we kind of do, you know, the time to just appreciate ourselves slips away as well, no matter where you are. Just deciding at whatever point you are, just appreciating ourselves more is important. Um, and forgiveness. Forgiveness is so important. Don't let me leave today without telling you that. Forgive people this year that have hurt you in situations that you've been put into where they've ruined your life. Because really you're not forgiving them for them. You're not losing any part of yourself and giving it to them. You're relinquishing that for yourself so you have your own peace. Don't give other people your peace, allowing them to hang on to parts of you. And not in a strategic game way, right? Where you're playing games like, oh no, this person could never do this and like they'll never get my forgiveness and stuff. Not like that, because you're being spiteful, you're being revengeful or vengeful, and just give it to the Lord, let it go, let karma play out her hands and go about your life. Um, because it's always for your betterment, to just go ahead and forgive. And if it's something that you can't live with through forgiveness as well, then you got to relinquish it as well. You know what I'm saying? But forgive some people this year and also be the bigger person. It sucks because depending on the type of situation you're dealing with, you can't always be the bigger person because the smaller people love to take advantage of you and they love to step on you and they love to bury you below their feet for them to get ahead. And there's always that side of things, right? But also sometimes it's good if you just don't think that people are that way. And so, especially for those of you that are dealing with this with your friends and loved ones, is like sometimes you just got to be the bigger person in the fact of let go of some of your ego, some of your heart, and just allow things to be okay for everybody. And you're holding on so much to yourself because like it's about you and it's not about them. It's not about the people around you. It's just about you. Excuse me. Um, you won't let go of certain things, and I don't know. I think you know what I mean. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But sometimes you have to be the bigger person. Sometimes you have to forgive people. Sometimes we have to be more stubborn for ourselves and our goals. Sometimes we have to be more humble. Um, Sometimes we need reflection. Sometimes we need to just completely ignore everything so we can focus on something to get into a new direction. And that's how this year is going to go. Sometimes also we don't know how things are going to go. And we just have to bite off small bites a little at a time toward positive things that we think fit our goals and see where it leads us. And so I said literally all of that. Hopefully you got something out of that. I enjoyed the conversation. Just jibber japping around. I would love to do this more because I feel like I have so much crap to say all the time. All the time. Could do this literally all day. But I would love to hear from you in the comments if you want to elaborate or go more in depth on anything that I've said down below. I really hope we just all have a great year. I also just didn't want to come here and just talk about all my recaps and accomplishments and failures and stuff. I really want to pull you in and Like, I really want to do these things together, you know, work on these things together. And it's weird because we come to platforms because like we're relaxing, or sometimes, you know, we're vegging out, or like we're numbing up, right? Like, I get it. Like, I watch a ton of videos just because I'm like, put something on. But I'm really hoping that, you know, a lot of you know that I'm doing the same kind of stuff that you're doing. And I don't want to be your guru girl for many things. Like, I don't want to be your how-to girl. I don't want to be your tutorial girl. I'm like doing this stuff with you. Um, and I'm literally no better. You know what I'm saying? And that's not like, oh, I'm real life over here and like, it isn't like that. It's really how I am. So yeah, I'm trying to lose weight, trying to work out. We're trying to save money. We're trying to get side hustles. We're trying to get, uh, you know, passive income. We're trying to do all the things, overgo, you know, generational wealth, generational curses, trying to get hot 2025. I'm an emotional mess right now, though. I can't believe I just had that little breakdown. It was good for me, though. But okay, it is now 2. I got to get this video out to you at some point. Plus, I got to feed everybody and myself. So I really hope you enjoyed this little chat. I hope to be talking to you again soon. And I'm actually going to be skipping the next upload on the 28th, I think it is. And I will see you in the new year on the 4th. I'm actually not being lazy. I really wanted to get to my 400th video by the end of the year. But, you know, it just is what it is, and I'm going to use that time in preparation for the new year. I need to write some stuff down. I got to make room in my storage, clear out files on my computer, and just get ready for like that new fresh year, because I love a January, okay? I love a January. Like, I feel like I'm getting to start over, you know, I got more time, you know, which is great because I'm in that mode where like I'm feeling like I want to move slow, you know? Okay, so I love you guys. I hope you have a really great day, and I hope you have a really fun and loving and warm Christmas, and you eat a lot of food and get ready for the new year. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.